You will prosper in Africa. Yeah, the world. Liberia, sweet land of liberty, we prophesy to all right, family. Welcome to Liberia Shall Rise. This is another edition of the show. This is a very special one. This is a special one because this is a passion of mine also. We're going to be talking about Liberian art, the beauty in Liberian art. And I just want you to quickly find your Instagram, your Facebook, whatever, and follow at Georah Zorbah. This is our celebrity that I'm bringing on today to be interviewing. So please follow her on Instagram. She's at Georah Zorbah. Please do that for me. And then I'm going to play a song by Myron Cassell, the song you were just hearing, Liberia, Sweet Land of Liberty. You know, Liberia will prosper. You know, we have to believe that Liberia will prosper. So let me just briefly talk to you about what we'll be talking about today. We'll be talking about art. In a nutshell, what is art? The expression, the ability to express our dream, our emotions, and bring it to life by creating something and bringing it out. And then it turns out to be something beautiful. It could turn out to be something that really bring people attention, you know, draws people attention. So this is what we're going to be talking about. What is art, and how can we use Liberian art to help improve our country, to help generate income for our artists, help generate prosperity for the people that are doing this work. What is Liberian art? We're going to be talking about it today. So don't go nowhere. Grab your cassava gravy, grab your palm butter. I know it's afternoon for some of you. You can warm your cassava leaf, let it get some crust on it. Sit down. Turn your TV on and let's enjoy the show today. I'll be right back after the song finishes. Don't go anywhere, folks. This is going to be an interesting discussion. We'll be right back. Liberia, sweet land of liberty, we prophesy to you. You will rise, you will shine, you will prosper in Africa. Yeah, the world. Liberia, sweet land of liberty, we prophesy to you. You will rise, you will shine, you will prosper in Africa. Yeah, the world. Liberia, sweet land of liberty, we prophesy to you. You will rise, you will shine, you will prosper in Africa. Yeah, the world. Liberia, sweet land of liberty, we prophesy to you. You will rise, you will shine, you will prosper in Africa. Yeah, the world. You are lifted, amen, hallelujah. Liberia, you are lifted, amen, we prophesy to you. You are lifted, amen, hallelujah. You are lifted, amen, hallelujah. Kingdom shall come to your life, amen, hallelujah. Nations shall come to your life, amen, hallelujah. Liberia, you are lifted, amen, hallelujah. We prophesy to you. You are lifted, amen, hallelujah. We prophesy prosperity in the government, amen, hallelujah. We prophesy righteousness in the government, amen, hallelujah.
We prophesy holiness in the government. Amen. Oh, you are lifted. Amen. Hallelujah. Liberia, you are lifted. Amen. Hallelujah. Prophesy to you, you will rise, you will shine, you will prosper in Africa, yeah, the world. Liberia, sweet land of liberty, we prophesy to you, you will rise, you will shine, you will prosper in Africa, yeah, the world. Hallelujah, come on Liberia.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us. I see my own brother all the way in Houston, Georah. Thank you for joining us this morning. You guys, please keep sharing the show. I'm going to be back with you soon. I'm sharing the show as well, so keep doing the same. I have a celebrity on here tonight, so please make sure we got a lot of people following us. So please continue to share. I'll be right back. Let the song continue.
Rise up from your slumber and enlarge your foot, for the day of your lifting has come. For favor shall embrace you from every angle, and your enemies shall see your lifting. They shall see your rising and bow. Hallelujah. Come on, join me. Let's celebrate Jesus. You are lifted. Amen. Hallelujah. Liberia, you are lifted. Amen. We prophesy to you. You are lifted. Amen. Hallelujah. No enemy shall rise up against you, Liberia. Amen. No enemy shall come against you, Liberia. Oh, you are lifted. Amen. Hallelujah. Liberia, you are lifted. Amen. Hallelujah. Kingdom shall come to your life. Amen. Hallelujah. Nations shall bow to your rising. Amen. Oh, Liberia, you are lifted. Amen. Hallelujah. Oh, you are lifted. Amen. Hallelujah. Liberia, you are lifted. Amen. Hallelujah. Liberia, you are lifted. Amen. Hallelujah. The day of your rising has come. Amen. Hallelujah. The day of your favor has come. Amen. Hallelujah. Oh, the set time to favor you has come. Amen. Liberia, you are lifted. Amen. Hallelujah. Liberia, you are lifted. Amen. Hallelujah. Liberia, you are lifted. Amen. Hallelujah. Enlarging your goal. Amen. Hallelujah. Oh, enlarging your tent. Amen. Hallelujah. Nations shall run to your rising. Amen. Hallelujah. Kingdom shall come to your lifting. Amen. Hallelujah. Oh, Liberia, you are lifted. Amen. Hallelujah. Every enemy against you shall be destroyed. Amen. Hallelujah. Liberia, you are lifted. Amen. Anyone who stands in your way shall be destroyed. Amen.
All right, family. Again, welcome to Liberia Shall Rise. This is your host, Stephen A. Keller, aka Dr. Positive. So, family, I want to thank you again for joining us this morning. I have with me here today Ms. Georah Zorbah. She's a Liberian artist, all the way in Liberia. I actually came across her work on Instagram, and I reached out to her, and she was humble to say, yes, Dr. Positive, I will be on your show. So without any further ado, I want to bring her on for us to discuss Liberian art and what made her to get into this field and how we can use this field to help uplift our Liberia economy and also to help lift up young people from drugs and other things that might be impacting our young people minds in Liberia. So without any further ado, I want to bring out Ms. Georah Zorbah. I was celebrating on Liberia Shall Rise today. So let me bring her up so you guys can see her. Welcome.
Hey, thank you so much, Mr. Positive.
You're welcome. All right. So I know you sound like a Liberian. You are in Liberia, but I don't believe it. Right? I have one question for you. Once you answer that question, then then that will prove that you are a Liberian. So, okay, you are an artist, right? So imagine with me for a minute.
Hmm.
You have this big event coming up, and you are the host. You are hosting an art exhibition, right? And they ask you as the host. They say, "Hey, a whole lot of dignitaries will be coming here today to this event. So we want you to pick the main dish on that menu. What would it be? If it's your favorite food, they want you to pick your favorite food and they want it to be the main dish on that menu for all the dignitaries coming for you to impress them with Liberian food, not just Liberian art. You want to impress them also with the Liberian food. What would be your favorite food? One.
Uh,
You can only pick one. One.
only one. Okay.
Yeah, only one.
As you all know, I'm Georah Zorbah, so of course I'm a Bassa woman to be precise. So
Okay.
there's this one food that is not really popular yet in Liberia. Most people don't know about it. We the Bassa people, we do that for morning dishes, like in early morning breakfast. It's called plapi.
Hmm.
That is
Palapi,
done,
yeah.
yeah, black pea, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Where they use the palm butter, the butter from the palm nut, and then
Mm-hmm.
you steam it a little bit, and then
Mm-hmm.
you the red plantain where you already boil the plantain, you mash it and add the palm butter juice to the plantain and let it steam for a bit. It
Mm.
cooks into something very delicious, and I have been loving it over the past years as a kid growing up. My mom
Mm.
used to do that every morning for breakfast and stuff like that. So I would really love to have that on the menu. The plat
Mm.
yeah.
I think I'm coming because the first thing is you put plantain, right? Plantain
Yeah.
is one of my favorite too. So red plantain, I
Yeah.
have to be there. So when that event is coming, please send me the invitation. I'm going to be showing up. Number one on the. I'm on a guest. I will be in for my. I will be on time. I won't be Liberian. I will not come late. I will come on time just to make sure I can be the first one to taste that. So quickly though, Mom, thank you again. I'm humble to have you on the platform. So if people were to know something about you around the world, what would it be? Who is Miss Georah Zorbah? Can you please introduce yourself to my audience? Just tell them a little bit about yourself.
Okay, before I go any further, I would just want to say a very big thank you to my host for having me here today. It's a great pleasure to be on your show today. By way of introduction, I'm Georah Zorbah. An architect, a building construction engineer, and an artist. So basically, I would like the world to know me to be somebody who have a passion for art, who have the passion to lead, to be a leader in Liberia through my art, to help look back at the younger generation and give back to my society. So basically, that's one of the most important things that I would like for people out there to know about Georah, not just being an artist, but somebody who have the passion to look back at her society and see what is it that I can give back, to the younger generation. So yeah, I'm passionate about what I do. Thank you.
That is beautiful. That is amazing. So, um, you mentioned something. You're an architect,
Yeah.
and
Good.
you that's interesting because that was my original dream when I was growing up in Liberia. I wanted to be an architect, but as life could have it, I went in a different direction. So I became a computer information technologist, you can say. So that's where I am now. But I still love drawing. I still love architecture, and I kind of encourage one of my little brother to go in that field, and that's what he's doing now. So my dream is still becoming true, but becoming a reality through somebody else. So That's where I came from. So, Big Sailor, let's talk about this also, right? You're an architect. So, how did this all start? Your delving into art. Was it like a passion from your youth, or how did it all start?
Well, I would say, let me just take you back further to growing up as a kid. Like I said previously, I have the passion. So art is something that I was born with the creativity. As a kid growing up, I always had this skill of, sketching, doing drawings. But one of the things that really drew me to art, I remember at age 6 years old, I started knowing myself, and I found out that I was a refugee in Nigeria growing up in school. And so, what I noticed, I always see people looking very sad, desperate, thinking about Liberia, looking back. Like my parents would always say, "Oh, we want to go back home," and everybody was just at that place where grief and all of that. And so in order, most kids sitting alone with their parents after school, almost like nothing to do, your parents in grief looking back. And that was very sad kind of moment for me. And I just saw myself, I don't know how, but I saw myself looking for things to do, like playing by myself, getting some mud and putting playing with it together and putting making it out of sculpture, making it out of table, spoon, and all of that. And I started realizing that I have the ability to do sketches. And one of the things that actually drew me was the war in Liberia. I always heard the other ones explain about the war fighting here in Liberia. And that inspired me more because as they explain, I would come up with picture and they would be like, "Ah, you a baby in the war. How come you sketching?" And that encouraged me. My parents really did a great work. So they encouraged me to do art, and I saw myself doing art. I was the first thing that I really started doing. And I, as a kid, 6 years old, going up to 12, I always had the knowledge, the mindset to not just see art as some side passion that I saw it like a career, something that I can do that will put bread on my table, something that I would do that will inspire the world. So art was one of the first thing that I look forward to, and coming up, that was it.
Wow. That's a beautiful story. Again, we keep getting so many things in common. You were a refugee. I was also a refugee. I was in Ghana. You were in Nigeria. So we our story growing together. So that's a good thing. So you're a refugee. You then started art in on the refugee camp to kind of help you to, they said. Give you hope. Something art gives people hope, right? So you use art to kind of give you hope, to give your parents hope that someday things could get better. They could get back to where they were before in their livelihood in Liberia. So just to piggyback on that, though, how do you plan to use art to give hope to the young people in Liberia? Since you brought about it, let me just ask that before we go forward.
Okay, that's a beautiful question. Over the years, I've always had this desire or love for history. Growing up, so I always combine my talent, being an artist, with history and all of that. So we all know that civilization started from Egypt, somewhere called Mesopotamia. And as I read the history of Mesopotamia, art was like the first medium that was used to communicate with the world. So I would love to share my talent, my passion to be able to inform the world, to inform Liberia at that stage, to be able to tell Liberia what inspired my life, what inspired others, and even the country at large.
Okay. Yeah, so thank you. That's beautiful. Using art to tell story, using art to inspire people, And like I said, art to being someone I love art. Once I saw your work, I wanted to know you. I wanted to connect with you. And again, I'm saying thank you, but it means a lot to me to have somebody big on my show. Thank you to be here. But yeah, but. Quickly, let me just tell people again how to find you, because it's important that people follow you and support your work, because the whole purpose for this is to see how best we can turn Liberian art into something that the world sees. Like you said, in order for the world to see what we do, we as Liberian have to share what we have. So I will pause this meeting and ask people to follow you again. I'm just going to show your profile quickly on Instagram so people can follow you. And I already posted a link. They can follow you on there. Please follow her. At least let her followership increase, and then you can find out from her how you can support her work, because this is what we need in order for Liberia to rise. Everybody cannot work for the government. Everybody cannot work in public service. So if we promote those that are doing something to better themselves, to better society in another area, then together we all can help to make Liberia better. So, Ms. Georah, Ms. Zorbah, I wanted to ask you this question, because I see myself struggling with that also, right? For many of us that are passionate about things, right? At times we focus on our work and forget less on the income that we can generate from our passion. Have you sold any of your work, and is it helping to increase or enhance what you do financially?
Yes, to that question, yes, I've many times sold my paintings on exhibitions, and that have really been a very great help to me being able to serious to continue. I also have this group of kids that I help train, and their parents do register them over the time. That also helped to get serious for the younger kids to be able to continue what they love to do. To do. So yes, I have so paintings.
All right, that's good. So before we go to my question, let me just tell you, people giving you a shout out here. Tell you, say, I love art. Thanks for coming to share your gift, right? And then Sunrise here say, oh wow, such a brilliant lady, And I jealous one. Not a lot of time I get all the sweet talking from people, so I just posting. Yeah, but then also Travis also impressed about your profile. Love to see women in male dominant disciplines career. Keep up the good work, right? So that's Telvi and giving you encouragement. And since you asked that question, I will just switch again and ask, how have the Liberian people taken your work? How have do people really support you in what you do? Whether it's male or female. So who are your customers? You can say. Let me just put it that way.
Well, when it comes to like events and art, right now, I would say I just have the passion. That is it. That really push me forward. My parents, my families are my supporters. I don't have support from other people. My clients are people who just want me to do their paintings, to give gift out. So maybe
Mhm.
they want to give gift to their friends and all of that. But right now, I'm not on the market yet. I'm not there yet for people to really see and know what I'm doing like
Mhm.
that.
Okay. All right. So, I mean, that's a key point to transition us into this next question, because it's important. We need people to support our work. Even like me doing this platform. If nobody watched us, then what we're doing is for nothing, right? So I encourage people to follow me. I encourage people to follow my work. So one of the questions I have for you is, if there was a possibility, right? And people want to know why. Why should I support you, right? So that's the main thing is you are doing this work, I know, but why should I support you? So if there was a possibility, right, for your work to go viral, what will you do with that extra income? What is your dream, and what will you do with that extra income if you had a chance to say your work went viral, people started supporting you? What benefit will Liberian gain, or the youth of Liberia? What will they get from that extra income that you will be making?
Wow, this is awesome. And it's not like I just want to paint because of just the passion. My focus point is I'm looking back to what I can give back to my society, Liberia. And as I walk in various schools and see young females who want to become engineers and all of that, I always encourage them to start and do art because being an engineer, you need to have something they call tear art to have that creative mindset. So art is almost like the primary stage of you know all of the career or you have to have that tear art. So I have a whole lot of things I want to do with this skill, with this knowledge, with this passion that I have given back to my society. Just one of those things that I want to do to help young girls, boys see themselves becoming what they want to do, what they want to become. Art have helped me in my own career as being an architect. I always had control over my work, always had control over what I do. So I think it's because of this knowledge of this artistic knowledge. So it is always good. It's not just painting and painting. We are painting knowledge, we are painting ways, we are painting things that the mind, the eyes have not seen. It's just in the mind. So we are painting it to come outside. So yes, when I have supporters today, I will give back to Liberia by reaching out to the younger generation. And I also have on my mind of having a museum. Like I said, that my artistic skills have a whole lot to do with history, giving back to my country with this museum where you can come and see different kinds of art based on our culture, our
Mhm.
heritage, all of that. Yeah, so
Yes.
the money, the finance or the money that will come will be used for a lot of materials that will help sponsor and push my artistic vision.
Okay, that's a fair answer. I think gaining wealth and using it for a purpose that will benefit others is a great thing. And like I said, tying the two together, you are an artist, but you are an architect. So let's say you are A square, so you use the work from your art, to kind of so I would like to see some of your architecture designs, your houses you have drawn over the years and stuff. I wish you had
I
somewhere
will,
so you can just show it to us. But it's a brilliant, so people can reach out to you also in that way if they want to build houses in Liberia. You can do their designs, right?
yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. So thank you again for that fair answer, folks. If you want to participate, please reach out. Call in at 682-503-9906. Again, 682-503-9906. Let me just look at the audience comment and see what we have here before I go to my next question. All right. Sunrise said, "Do you have an art school?" I think she corrected the spelling here, but she said, "Do you have an art school?" So, or do you have any schools that you recommend? Is there a plan to have an art school? Let me just expand on her question. I know you say you work with young people too.
Yes, like I said earlier on, I don't have this school like a building where students come and meet, but I have an art studio where I during the vacation I have students come over and I teach them the art at that class time. So yes, I just have an art class, but it's during vacation period when school is closed. Students come over to practice their artistic skills.
All right. Let me cue something up so I can show that.
Yeah, so if you want to know more, I have over 16 students currently that are trained in art, both girls and boys. Yeah.
All right. Okay, so this is where we go into your work. We go at your work. I see you drawing here. You sit down in your drawing board, with a smile on your face, telling people that you enjoy what you do. I think this is a beautiful picture, right? But the question I have here for you is, you cannot go to a parent and ask your parent, hey, ask a parent, hey, what's your favorite child, right? But since your acts don't have feeling, the nobody feeling will be hurt here. I can ask the question. I can say, if you can permit me, what is your one of your favorite work you have done over the years? I can see if you look at what I've been posting over and over. I have my favorite, but I won't tell you right now. But I just wanted to know what is your favorite work among all the work you have been doing so far.
Well, I don't know whether that will answer your question, but all of my paintings before I come up with a piece, and I always put in time and sacrifice. All of my paintings, I love to use my paints. I love to be creative. I think all of my paintings have what I or what I want to say. I know I'm still learning to improve my skills, but I just embrace all of them with the same equal love. So right now, that's it.
So you want to make any admin feel bad to say this one is my favorite, but I understand you don't want to make a children feel bad, but that's okay. Let me see. It says Steve, can you screen share some of her work on the show? Yeah, that's what we're working on right now. So River says Pro says who is the guest? So our guest here is Miss Georah Zorbah. She's an Liberian artist. She based in Liberia. She does painting and things. So let me just switch screen and then I will share more of her work. Again, let me share this one.
I have more of them here with me too. So
Yeah, so this is a series of some of the work she sent me, but she's near her studio, so she promised me that she was going to show us more work. So I'm going to start from the left, right? let's
mhm.
let's talk about this here. The lady sitting down, I think her leg is crossed. She's wearing this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful dress. Tell me the story behind that artwork you did. Then we can go from left to right.
Yeah. Before I started that painting, I'm this person who I love. When it comes to fashion and design, all of that. Also, design dresses and design whatever. So I was just imagining myself being a queen at that moment, flexing and chilling. So I
Mhm.
that painting with that piece and showing how relaxed and how sweet a queen a lady look when she in that posture, when she in playing with herself into herself and want the world to see how beautiful she is. And I also like the colors at the back, the primary colors like I'm flashing in the back that show the beauty of the posture, the shoulder, and the kind of hair she have on her head over there, and that is so inspiring. Showing off the true beauty of a woman. Yeah.
Wow, that's good. And I got a little question here. All the pictures you share with me. Okay, there's one picture that is a male, which I will bring up a little bit. But I see you painting a lot of women. So it's is there something about you that you're trying to portray the female more? Uh, looking at the next picture, I see a black girl, her complexion and everything. You try is there a story behind the middle picture here? Like tell us a story in the middle picture.
The question that a lot of people ask me, yeah, even when I'm at exhibitions, they'll be like, "Why you always see a lot of females?" Um, I love painting both male and females, but when it comes to painting women, I find joy in doing it because a lot of times we women we are like the vision, the the trainers, the caretakers, the producers, of the entire world. That's why they have this parable, this saying that says, if you educate a girl child, you educate a whole nation. I just want the a woman or a girl to see and be inspired that she can do more. She can stand out. She can be a better person despite the pain, the challenges, the hurt that a lot of women go through, especially in Liberia. Um, so I just want a woman to see herself in all of the paintings and be proud that she's a woman. Yeah.
All right, and again, thank you for the sincere answer. And I think these things are important. These things are really, really important. We cannot forget our own area. You understand? And I will tell you a brief story behind the whole thing of Liberia Shall Rise. When I wanted to do a show on Africa, right? When I thought about the idea, I wanted to do a show on Africa. Then something came to me based on a conversation when I was in school. This guy told me and said, "Hey, listen, I know you love people, you love to do things about humanity, you like to help everybody, but why not pause for a little bit and think about your own area, right? The place that you are, your community. Why not focus on your community and help your community to improve before you start trying to help the whole university?" You understand? So when I was thinking about doing a talk show, I said, all right, I want to do something for Africa, but what do I know about Africa? Why not talk about Liberia? So I get your point. I think it's important that some of us that are in this area look at our niche and say, what is this? What is in my area that I can focus on? And that will make you kind of help you to improve as a person or as an artist or in whatever you do as well. But again, thank you for explaining that. So the final picture on the left here, before I bring my own favorite picture up, then you can show us the ones that are in the studio there, right? So the final picture here, you are sitting there drawing. So I just want to ask this question, like, do you have like a special time that you say at 8 o'clock, I have to stop everything and start painting? What is the motivation? How do you get into the zeal of painting? Can you just briefly tell us that before you tell us the story behind the last painting?
Okay. Currently, work as an artist. Like, I'm trying to come up with this my big studio that I planning on doing right on the express road. So you see that I'm painting in series. So as an artist, I'm very organized as a person. So I get my inspiration based on my next goal for the next thing that I'm about to do. As you see, especially the three paintings that you are showcasing right now, they are part of a group of painting, a collection of paintings that I call flexing in my complexion, living my life as a black woman, enjoying my color, enjoying my heritage, where I come from. So that's the collection of painting over there. So I get my inspiration based on my next goal. What am I about to do this next stage of my life? So even though I go to work every day from 7 o'clock to 6, I paint every night. So when I get back from work by 4, I already know the next goal, where to start from. So I just by 4, I'm back from work, get ready, sharp 10 o'clock. I'm in my studio. I paint until 2 before I go to.
Until 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Wow. So it involves time management and things and stuff like that. So that's good to know, because I think 10 to 2 a.m. is a lot of time for us independent workers to do our work, because that's about honestly that's about the same time that I work. I tell some of my friends I go to bed every day almost 2 a.m. They say, "Why do you go to bed 2 a.m.?" I'm like, listen, that's the time the house is quiet. I have a lot of time to do things on my own without any distraction. So again, I think that's a good thing, and it's good that you have time management involved too, because sometimes the word kind of overwhelm us and we don't put our priorities in order. So personally, like I told people that this from now to the end of the year, I'm only going to go out one time, one event. I'm going to go to one event this from now to the end of the year so that I can accomplish certain goals that I have set for myself over the past, I can say 5, 6 years that I've been trying to accomplish, but I've been accomplishing other people's goals, other people's dreams so much that I put all those things on the back line. So from now to the end of this year, I'm putting time aside to at least get one of those goals accomplished before I start going out again. So again, thank you for that advice. I think I'll take it serious too, and kind of add it to my repertoire of work. So let me go over a few things people said again, then we'll go to the next segment. We'll switch the question around. Um, how you call it? Rivers S Pro says, "Good to see innovative Liberian women like you. I just passed some of them insulting each other in their car." Right? You were probably you were probably going to work, you know. So again, this is impressive for us Liberian, you know, to see, like he's saying, to see women doing things in their own area. And you told me the pin that they actually pin behind you, that you actually did that, you designed it yourself, the pin on the wall. Why not? Why don't you grab the pictures you were talking, the other artwork you were talking about sharing, to share it with us while I try to bring review some of these questions as well. Uh, Telvi says, "Wow,
Okay.
wow,
You see, this
wow."
is part of the collection of a painting with a little boy with the flag of
Can you
Liberia.
put it? Can you put it in front of you a little bit small? Let's see it. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, wow, folks, this is amazing. Tell me this is not. Can I buy that? You cannot buy that from you?
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
I,
So like I told you, I said to you, we are working on Liberian artists coming together, and we're trying to do some exhibition coming up the
mhm,
end of September. And this is part of the collection. That other painting that you saw, basically talking the coincidentally your show, the name of your show, that's the theme of our exhibition. And I was like Russia rise again. So
wow.
of the
Wow.
just to portray Liberia, that
Hmm.
Liberia can be a better place. Liberia can be as shining as a gold dust. Liberia can be whatever we want it to be. We just have to work in that aspect. Yeah.
All right. Somebody, hold on 1 second. Somebody said a call not going through. Tell me, maybe I might be ignoring your call, but let me see. Call again, please. Call again. I will keep my eye on the phone now. I'm focused on my guest here. Sorry, I'm only alone in studio, so I'm focusing on our guest here. But call again. I'm watching the phone right now. I will make sure I pick up when you call. Okay. Yeah. Try again. Tell me, please. I actually had the phone muted. Just okay. Go ahead and talk about that one.
This is called private.
Mm.
This is educational painting for young female coming up. Um, this painting is quietly telling young girls that as a woman, you have your privacy, you have your body to yourself, and there's a
Mhm.
lot that a lot of people cannot see just like that. You have to always cover up, and
Mhm.
this picture show that it's beautiful to have to be a woman. It's so beautiful to have all of that in the privacy.
Mhm.
So this
Mm.
is
Wow, wow, that's beautiful. I like the yellow in the background, how it bring out the
the,
dark. You
yeah.
know. So what was the idea behind selecting the yellow to highlight the as a background to highlight the female?
That's a very interesting question, honestly. I want you to know this is something I really want to share with you tonight. This yellow is actually looking this way because of this shade of blue that I have
Mm-hmm.
here. If I
Mm-hmm.
take the exact same shade of yellow and place it somewhere with a different shade, let's say for
Mm-hmm.
instance, this painting was a green kind of shade. This
Mm-hmm.
yellow look as bright as you see it here.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So that's what try to teach. me, it taught me a whole lot of lesson as an artist, that
Mm-hmm.
you surround yourself, wherever you carry yourself, going to
Mm-hmm.
project the kind of person that you are.
Can
Going to
you
show.
say that again, please? I know whoever you surround yourself with will project the person you are. Can you please
Like,
repeat it? I don't see your, yeah, please.
what I'm saying is, whoever you are, and the kind
Mm-hmm.
of people that you allow to come into your space is
Mm.
to determine the kind of person that you are. It's going to
Wow.
be the kind of person that people see you to be. Because in
Mm.
art, the colors are reflecting the look, the way it look, all because of the colors that is surrounding that particular color.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm. Wow.
So
Wow.
you
This is.
are only seeing the brightness of the purple because
Mm-hmm.
the kind of blue that you see here.
Mm-hmm.
So if I take this
Wow.
place it maybe around another color, you won't see that purple looking as bright as is looking here. So
Mm.
that's some of the lesson that I learned when I'm doing my artwork.
Wow. Again, thank you so much for that. Before I go to my next question,
Okay.
um, I just want. Okay, we got a caller coming through. Let me pick up on them, then we can go to my question. Hello, welcome to Liberia. Shall rise your name and where you calling from? All right, she's
Afternoon, and tell guys, maybe my phone will disconnect. I know no battery is in.
no
I
problem.
have to call for several reasons. I want to say thank you to your guests and Stephen, thank you for showcasing her. Sometimes we so sold on, just the politics and not other things. So I thank you for, just the variety of your show. I want to thank her too, for her work. I love art. I love pictures, but especially art. Actually, today I'm on my way later on to go to an art museum to see some art. So when I heard her talking about her, in future to do an art museum or art studio, I was just like, oh my God, something different. But I want to encourage her. I'm so proud of her as a woman, as a black woman, as an African woman. I'm so proud of her. Nothing is more common to me to see another female or see a female they're going into roles where people typically not go. She's an architect, those are male dominant roles, but she feared not, and she went there and she's thriving. I'm so proud of her. I just want her to continue the work, continue her artwork, continue her pitching, go on as many platforms. I did share her stuff with one or two groups. Hopefully she'll get some invite on other platforms to get to tell her story and share her work. I wish her all the best. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Telvi. You want to say something to Telvi before she drop off?
I want to just say thank you to her. This is probably my first time, apart from my family, to hear somebody saying a very big thank you to what I do. I really take that highly. I appreciate those words. I'm feeling so emotional right now because it's good to hear compliments and hear actually somebody appreciating what you do. So I'm so blessed to hear that. Thank you so much.
All
Okay.
right, Telvi, thank you for calling and you enjoy your art show, okay?
I appreciate those words. And
All right. Yeah. So I think Telvi touched on this a little bit. She said he's and River Says Pro is asking, how have you been able to manage, first of all, as an architect in a male-dominated field, and also as an artist? How are you managing? Are you succeeding? Are you getting contract? Do people overlook you because you are a female when you try to get them to give you contract to do their drawings and stuff like that? Just talk about it a little bit.
well, first of all, I'll just let him know it takes passion to do what you want to do, and that's being able to look at what people say. There's something in art is that called perspective. I also use that in my own given life perspective. I use it to accept the negativities and the positive words that people say. So that also encouraged me to balance what I do and help me going. So when you have passion, when you have love for what you do, there is nothing that's gonna really stop you from doing it because you are driven by your passion. So yeah, how I combine my professional life and what I do. I also consider my art, my artistic work, my artistic skills to be very professional. You understand? So it's almost very alike. People don't really know. They just think architecture is quite different, so different. In architecture we have different kinds of architecture. For me, I found myself basically when it comes to interior deco. I love colors. I love to arrange space. I love to place the colors on the canvas. So that really helped me to balance it bit by bit over the years. I enjoy doing it to a minute.
That's nice. Again, keep up the hope. Keep up the hope. And talking about hope, though, let's transition a little bit. Talking about hope, what will you do, or what will you say to a child that is lacking hope right now in our Liberia? Most of our children are doing drugs. Most of them don't have no role model to look up to. What will your encouragement be to that child that is in doubt? They don't know what to do, but you think or you believe that architecture or art can take them out to a next level? What will you say to that child?
Well, you just explained about the painting that the, with the guy, the little boy with the
Hold on one second. Hold on one second, okay? Your name and where you calling from? Hold on, I will bring you live shortly. My guest is saying something. Let her finish, and I'll bring you live, okay? Good. Hold on one second, brother. All right, go ahead, Mama.
Okay, I was saying, you just explained the other painting over there. I would just allow that kid to look at that painting and explain to that kid that you have to look at the positive things. You see this kid, he's a little boy, and he have seen a whole lot of pictures of his peers and even people that is much older than him involved in drugs and all of that, being very discouraged as a kid. But he still have hope in the future of Liberia. That's why you can see in his eyes, his eyes is so bright. He's looking into the future of Liberia and being
Mm,
inspired, being hopeful that Liberia can be a better place. That I'm not just going to see the negativity and see all of those things. I'm going to look at the things that will inspire me to work, to push ahead, to move forward. So that is just a kid with that inspirational mindset, looking into the future of Liberia and being inspired. And he's seeing a whole lot of things that can take Liberia from this angle to that angle, and not just by any other person, but he can also make an impact in taking Liberia from that place to the next place. So I will always
mm,
say, look at the positivity, not just the negative aspect. Because once upon a time, as an artist, I was discouraged in art. I would just focus on school, and when you see artists, you see them on the street selling their work. It looks so pathetic, and I would be like, although I have the skill, but I don't think I can venture into that. But with the mindset of looking into the future of Liberia and seeing that, because I always saw myself in my engineering classes being the top, so that I only believe that because of the skills, because of the talent, because of the way I envision and to see perspective, to see colors, to see lines, and how can I place it together. I saw that there was so much embedded within art that helped me a lot to become who I am today. So I would just encourage that child. There is a lot in it being able to see the positive. There is a lot being able to be inspired. There is a lot. So not just to see the negative aspect and then you are discouraged. Be hopeful for the future.
hmm.
Yeah.
Powerful. You need to add motivational speaking to your repertoire too. Yeah. Thank you so much for passionately answering that question. So we have a caller online. I will let them say their name, and then we can hear what they have to say. Your name and where you calling from? Hey, River says Pro. River says Pro. Welcome, welcome, welcome. One of Liberia Rise favorite fan. How are you, brother?
I'm doing good, but I'm doing fine. Thank you very much. Thank you, Taylor. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, thank you to your guest. I really like the image that she portrayed when she described that painting with a yellow background that your surrounding can influence, your life, your daily life and things. That's something great. I never even thought of that. But my question to her is how is she planning to impact the younger generation? Because, like I said in my comment, when I was growing up in the 80s, female artists were very rare. So, with that analogy she gave about the surrounding, how is she planning to impact the younger generation of females to, to understand, to see art in the lens that she sees? Like, if I see a painting, Stevie, I'll just pass by it like a regular painting. But in Liberia, a lot of females would say, "Oh, I like this drawing; it's fine." But that description she gave, a lot of them don't understand. They will look at that painting. So how is she ready to impact the younger generation of Liberia? To encourage them into painting, into the world of art, to make them see art through the lens that she sees it in. How is she? I mean, what's her plan for the future generation? I mean, what's her impact? That's my question. Thank you.
Miss Zorbah is yours. You heard him. You the celebrity on here. I'll let you take the answer. Go ahead.
Yeah, on the nutshell, brother, I would like to say that I really admire the question. I appreciate you asking that question. It's not really at the larger scale. I have really been using the time over the years and being able to better myself when it comes to how I can do my artwork to be able to make it to look very nice that people can see and want to buy it or have interest in understanding it too. So after over the years, I have just currently recently started when I graduated from college and started working. I was just focused on how can I make it because our country right now things are a little bit tough at times. So but currently, I've already been able to go to the schools and sit with young females who are interested in doing engineering and encourage them to my art class. So basically, as I speak to you, even though it's not to the high to the in larger skills, but I have over 15 students that I help train during vacational time. They come over at the studio and not just teach them how to draw, but make them to understand the reason of being creative, the reason of seeing what you see in your mind and putting it out on a piece of paper. That's the major thing that I'm really exposing the kids to be able to look at the positive things, to be able to be inspired. So yes, I'm trying a bit. I will not say I'm doing 100%, but I think I'm working forward to what they say that you want to see happening. Yeah.
All right, so that's again, thank you. And it's a battle we all are fighting. Even this platform like Liberia Shall Rise, we all are pushing to do something to encourage people that one day at a time we all can make a difference. So I wish you all the best in all you do. And I think we also will be praying for you as well. But in all this thing, something is required. And I will ask you this one simple question. How can people support you? How can people purchase your work? How can people support you so that you can do more of what you are doing to impact the youth of Liberia? Because money do play a lot of role in things. So how can people really support you?
One of the ways, two or three of the ways that people help is when I talk about impacting the younger generation, I want people to firstly be inspired to see what I'm seeing, to firstly be inspired to know that what is it that this young lady is trying to do. This is very helpful to our country. That's one of the major things that you need to look at. And then you can come about whether financially, I would love for people to help in the aspect so that we can have material so that the kids can also be involved with what we are doing. They need materials to be able to do the work. They need encouragement. They also need the driving force that will inspire them, that will encourage them, which I'm doing currently. But financially, I would like for people to support us. You can reach me on my Instagram page. You can reach me on my Facebook page and Messenger, and that would be very helpful for the team.
Okay. All right. Thank you. So finally, as we come to a close, I just want to ask a few more questions before we go. Again, on behalf of my fans, on behalf of everybody on Liberia Shall Rise, I want to say thank you for coming on. But this one question is deep to me for me, right? If Liberia shall rise, if Liberia shall rise, right, what role do you think the government need to play in promoting art, and what can the Liberian people do to support you? Because we cannot put this all in the hand of of the government board. So in both ways, you can answer those one question in two ways.
If Liberia should rise again, one major way our government can play a part is to firstly identify those areas that we have our shortcomings. And when you look at our youth, the youth of Liberia today, majority, especially the guys, even though the females are on a large scale, majority of our young children, they are taking in drugs. It is people don't really see it as a problem right now, but it's very, 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 very on a deadly rate. And this country, although I'm telling you that art, we are not activity, but we should also identify those areas that we have shortcomings and be able to extend our hands towards, like what I just explained about the young people that involved in the drugs. Art can be used as a medium where they can be able to be exposed and teach them the majority about what why you need to abstain from these things, why you need to stop, being involved with drugs and focus on your education. That would be a great help to our youth today, because most of them don't see the positivity. Most of them don't see that they can become a better person. Peer pressure is carrying a lot of them astray, and when they see their young friends involved in a lot of things, not just taking a pen and paper enjoying the day, but if your artwork can explain your artwork and point out important information that will encourage you. It would be a very great thing to do. So firstly, government of Liberia need to really look and see what are those areas that our shortcomings are. How can we help this young lady? How can she be a help to this and empower her through the means of support, giving support, and how these young people can come over? Because let me not lie to you, it takes a lot of financial,
Yeah.
push to help bring these young people over. Yeah.
Mhm. Wow. Yeah. So finally, I mean, it's almost like a follow up to that question, right? In your last word, what I know from the definition of art, right? It's that art in itself tells the story of hope, beauty, and dreams, right?
Yeah.
In your final word, what will you say to give a struggling artist in Liberia hope as they strive to bring their dreams to reality?
Well, I would like to tell another artist to have patience and to be dedicated in what he or what she does. Because when I say have patience, take in the patience. So come up with paintings today that someone can have interest in and say, "Oh, can you talk to me about your painting?" It takes a lot of hard work and patience. It was not just all roses. It took time after time. He dedicated to it. You understand? Be able to spend that time and do exactly what you don't be so. So most times artists just want to get the quick cash and not focus on the message that the artwork can portray. you have to be focused on what you are doing, not just about the amount of paintings that you can put out there, but the
Mm-hmm.
quality of work that you can do. The
Yeah, yeah.
message out of that painting is the key thing that we artists look for, or the people in the world want to see. So be
Mm,
patient, dedicated to what you do. And one last thing, I'm sorry. One last thing, I would love to let the artists know to take into consideration humanity. Sometimes
mm,
you want to be a copycat. You want to do exactly what somebody is doing, or because they are artists. Be Ask yourself, who am I? What kind of artist I am, and be different. Be very different. Be very distinct from what other artists do, and your work should be able to stand out. That people will
mm.
see and identify and say this belongs to so and so artist. That is very important.
All right. On that note, Mama, I want to say thank you so much. May God bless you in everything you do. Give you strength and wisdom to come up with more brilliant idea. And I'm honestly serious. I will talk to you offline to figure out how we can get your work to the U.S. so that we can either do an auction here and people can buy or bid for your work, and at least they can give you some way of support. I don't believe in us getting free support, right? Because it will never, it won't last, right? But if your work can serve as a platform or a medium through which people can support what you are doing, I believe that would be the best way to go. Then all of us asking everybody to help us without getting anything back, right? So if you, the more work you create, we can figure out a way to bring it to the US, do auctions, and then send that money back to you. In that way, people, your work can be shipped to them easily. Because one problem we have is, if I would ask you, I want to buy that work that you have, how soon can you get it to me? How can you ship it to me? It might come to me in 3, 4, 5 months, right? But if we can manage to get a deal where we get all those things in bulk, and then we do an auction and stuff like that, I think that would be a great thing. So again, thank you so much for coming on the show. I'm honored. Like I always say, our ancestors are celebrating, to see that the young people, the youth of Liberia, are thinking beyond just working 8 to 5. Again, thank you so much.
And so, thank you for having me on your platform. I really appreciate being here. Thank you.
All right. You have a great evening. I know you had to stay up a little late to be here. And it's almost time for you to go and start your work. So, again, thank you so much. You have a great evening. And I look forward to seeing what more you can bring, what more you have to offer the world and humanity. Again, thank you. And God bless in all you do. Okay.
You too, you're welcome.
All right. Bye bye. Oh, one last thing. I think we talk about it, but quickly give a page on how people can reach you. I'm going to share your Instagram page for people to find you. But quickly, the best way for people to find you, and then I can end the show.
The best way for people to find me is on Instagram page. You can find me on Instagram. You can send me a message on my Instagram. I will be available. I will be right there to see what you want and what you want.
All right. All right. Again, thank you so much. So, folks, on that note, I want to say thank you to all of you that participated, all of you that call in, and all of you that are watching from around the world. I want to thank you. In order for Liberia to rise, the old man Adam Smith once said, "The labor of a nation inhabitants increases its wealth." That is the major source of its wealth. The productivity the productivity or the productive capacity of a people increases the wealth of its inhabitants. So basically, what Adam Smith is trying to say is, the more we create wealth, the more things we do, the more productive we are as a people, eventually the more wealth we will be able to create. So on that note, I'm saying that we need to encourage each other, everybody that is doing something different, to at least be able to give somebody another source of income. We should encourage. And this is why I brought Miss Georah here today, for us to promote her work, because it's important that we talk about the things that others are doing to create more jobs. And if we support her, eventually she can help bring more youth out of the ghettos. She can help create jobs for other young people. So I'm encouraging you to please follow her on Instagram, purchase some of her work, and encourage her to keep doing what she's doing. On that note, I want to leave you with this song from our own brother Othello Collins that says, all hail Liberia. It says, united we stand, divided we fall. In union strong, success will forever be sure. So let's unite as we force a better and prosperous future for Liberia. You guys have a great week. I will see you sometime in the near future. Actually, tomorrow we have a talk show talking about the inflation, how it's impacting Liberia. I know you don't want to miss that. We're going to be talking about things that are impacting our people. And if Liberians are struggling in Liberia, and if the inflation is affecting Liberians in the diaspora, how do we help our people back home? So that will be a great discussion. I hope you can be a part of tomorrow. You guys have a great day. Again, thank you so much for all of you that participated. Please share. Please share. Thank you. Have a good day.
Oh, hail Liberia, hail. Oh, hail Liberia, hail. This glorious land of liberty shall